Beautiful morning, guys. I'm setting traps. I'm about 10 days late into the season. Been so hot, but finally the weather cooled down. It's a beautiful day. It's the middle of the week, and I mean, look at this sun shining out on the trees there. That is just spectacular. So yeah, it's gonna be a nice day. I got 41 boxes in the back of the truck, and yeah, hope to have you guys along here for the ride, and can't wait to get these all set out so we can see what we catch. All right, beginning of another marten trapping season 2022. Oh, there is one advantage of setting the same spot in multiple years, because you get to remember where you caught marten and fisher the previous year, and you can kind of make decisions on where you want to make sets accordingly. So I guess I'm looking at this spot here, coming into it. I can see some of my flagging tape with these spots. So I took most of it down, but sometimes there's the one left. And anyway, I'm getting into a spot here where I set last year. I have 2 spots in a row here. I set 4 on this road, and I didn't catch anything in these middle 2. I caught a fisher in the first one and a fisher in the last one, and then I caught a marten on the second to the last one. I actually had 5 on this road, thinking of it. And so, you know what? I guess this was a good looking spot in here on the left. I didn't catch anything. I'm thinking I'm gonna skip it. And I'm gonna skip the next one and set the last 2. So I'm gonna have, I think I'll still have this road well covered, but I will have 2 extra traps to use in another spot. And one of the things trying to be flexible here is trying to make sure that I don't mind driving through spots that were not productive in the past. Not to say they wouldn't catch this year, but I don't know. I'm just gonna try. I'm gonna try to mix it up a little bit and see, put my sets where they're most effective. Beautiful country here, isn't it? What a place, what a place. So I get a spot here I'm gonna set up. I've set 7 traps so far. Going pretty good this morning. This is a place I caught a fisher last year, and I think I caught a marten. I have to check my notes. It was a good spot. There's this little dip. It's like a nice little travel funnel. It's a little brushy here in the bottom where this little drainage comes in, but you just get to the other edge of the funnel, and there's a nice pocket of old growth forest right in here. As old growth as it's gonna get in this area. And there it is. And we're gonna go set a trap. Probably the same place as we set it last year, or close to it, if I can remember what we did. So, all right, let's see. We got our flagging tape, our phone with Onyx maps. We're gonna grab some lure. I think this set I'm gonna use Birch River beaver lure. Not just a beaver lure, it's a good marten fisher lure too. I'll get a box. We already got our bait in there. There's beaver meat and our traps there ready to be set. So let's go in the woods. Trying to pretty well streamline the process here, so it didn't take too much extra work and time, because the days aren't very long. You gotta get as much done as you can. Okay, so this has changed a little bit. A couple more trees came down in here. I like this little spot down in here. I can't remember exactly where I was before, but that doesn't really matter. What matters is this is a nice little area, and pretty much anywhere I want to set my trap here I think is going to be good. I actually think I might set it up a little bit in this tree, get it elevated. So let's see, I'll stick you over here. There. All right. good. Here I'm going to put the lure right in the box on top of the bait. Trap. This one's a 120 with a connie pan. Set in there, squeeze the springs down, close the box, wire it shut. Get that pretty solid right there. Wire the trap outside the box. A little bit of flagging tape in case we get 2 feet of snow. And now, I'm just going to take my phone out and pull up on X. It already knows where I am. It shows me that I'm right on top of last year's spot. Tools, mark my location, and I'm going to mark this waypoint and edit it with a different color. So I know it's a set from this year, different color for every year. We've got our waypoint marked. We're down the road. Have a nice day. And then I'm gonna get back to the truck and I'm gonna make a little note on my notepad showing just kind of where, just quickly describing this set so I remember I set it. And in case something happens and I don't have my waypoints with me or something, I won't lose track of it. And I'm gonna put a little bit of flagging tape on the road. I don't want to put too much to attract other trappers or let people know where I am necessarily, or hunters, but sometimes I'll be checking in the dark. Pop our lure back in there. And so it's nice to have something to see when you're in the dark, and you can it kind of just helps you find your stop location a little quicker. So just gonna tie a little flagging tape right here in this tree. Okay. And I think I've got two more spots on this particular road. Sorry, I'm bouncing around all over the place here today. Let's see, I'm gonna mark it on my notepad here. I say set number 8 on left old growth. SYL means same as last year. And we had beaver meat for bait and Birch River beaver lure for lure. All right, and now that was number 8, and we've got 30 something, 33 left to go, so better get back at it. All right. Well, I talk about being adaptable because they cut here on my trap line, and I don't have a single part of my trap line from year to year that isn't being harvested for timber. This doesn't seem to be too bad. There's a lot of wood left. Didn't completely wipe out the habitat, but it certainly will change where the marten travel and where their habitat is. It'll displace some of them, no doubt. This was a pretty good hardwood area here. Lots of cover, but it's not too bad of a cut. It's just an example of something where it's like, yep, you cannot expect things to be unchanged. It's always gonna change. So anyway, I did not have any. I just set a trap about 100 yards before this cut, and I have a spot up ahead. There's a turnaround here where I had a trap before. I'm not sure. I gotta decide whether I'm gonna set that up. I think I still will. This doesn't look like it's too heavily impacted. I'll have to be interesting to go on the rest of this. They don't just cut a small area in one road system. Usually there's cuts grouped together, so we'll have to see how. I've got a bunch of trap locations on this on the next couple of branch roads over from here, so we'll have to see whether I can set those up still or not. But this looks like I'm gonna set this. This isn't that bad. It could be worse. Usually a lot of times it's a big splatter of clear cut and there's nothing left, but here that's not bad at all. So yeah, I think this is my turnaround right here, I believe. Let's check. No, I think it's the next one. Onyx will tell me. Let's see. My spot. I don't know if I can show you guys this without giving away where I'm trapping. I don't think it will. So yeah, so the blue is me and the purple is this trap I just set, and that's not focused very well, but that yellow arrow is that turnaround where I get my last set on this road. So it's pretty handy to just be able to look down on that and have all of last year's locations already kind of pointed out, and mark this year's with a different color so I know what I'm doing. Yeah, they did a good job in there actually. They left a lot of wood. Oh, I'm gonna go down here. I don't want you to see their road sign. Not that it matters, but let's see. I think it's just around the corner here. Let's see if we're gonna set this up again. Look at that ridge, man. That is beautiful, beautiful Marten country. And we're high elevation right now. I think we're like 1,200 feet down in the valley here, 11 or 1,200, and we're 1,500 up top. So pretty cool area. There's my turnaround, and look at all the timber still there. All right, I'm gonna make the set. Good deal. Some places, even though I didn't catch anything last year, I'm gonna set them again. Look at this nice, beautiful valley here. And you see that ridge of timber on the right coming down. We got a brook coming down this bottom of this valley, nice mixed softwood, hardwood. And we're gonna have a little bit of a Marten funnel here, and maybe Fisher. So I set at this next spot, I set it last year. Didn't catch anything, but it's such a good looking spot. I'm gonna set it again this year, and I think the odds are with us here. So yeah, nice little area. We're gonna have a road on the right, and we're just past. I got traps up that road. I caught a Marten and a Fisher up that road in 2 traps last year. But just past the road, there's going to be another brook that crosses, and so I mean, look at what we have here. We've got the valley slope working with us, funneling everything down into this spot. We've got roads going along these draws on the right that are going to be funneling animal travel. We've got travel up and down this road, travel up and down the brook. Travel on that side road. I won't show you what the sign is there, just in case you can read that. It looks like they're probably cut there again because they just put a new sign up. So you've got travel. Probably last year I got stuck here in the snow in that spot. We've got the brook down there. Ooh, yeah, that's not good. Looks like they might put a road down there. Huh. I may not be here much longer, boys. And then we've got the brook here, funneling animals. So, and so far, right now, we've got good timber here. It looks, with all the flagging and the little activity going on here, that may not last much longer. So we'll probably move at some point here. I'm gonna pull off right here. I haven't seen a vehicle all day, but you never know. And we get this we get this little brook here, and a nice high bank along the brook that I've done. I haven't done anything here, but I swear I'm gonna catch something here at some point. But yeah, we'll keep we'll hit this stuff until we gotta move, and then we'll move somewhere else until we gotta move again, and then we'll move somewhere else until we gotta move to Alaska to find a place to trap. So I guess we'll just kind of roll with it for now. Let's see, what do we want? How about some Predator Plus on this spot? And this is a nice little area, sort of a flat stream bank. This brook is pretty incised channel. As a fish guy, I can tell you that something happened there years ago where that brook got a lot more stream flow than it was used to. Anyway, nice beautiful forest floor down in here. Some complexity, a lot of down wood. I'm just getting out of sight of the road, and I'm gonna put my box right in here. This is where I had a box last year, but this is really good marten habitat. So we've got a little bit of younger growth up there on the edge there. Good hunting area for marten. The brook is a good funnel. We've got just everything that a marten would want here. And if you look out on the broader scale, you would find that there's a lot of marten habitat on a large scale in this general area. Well, obviously that's why I'm here, right? So okay, we'll set you up there. Nothing really earth-shattering here and different. Just been the same monotonous thing over and over and over again. That's what setting up a trapline is like. So it's like, oh, we got something different here. We have muskrat for bait instead of beaver. Yeah, so we changed it up. And we're going to use Predator Plus. I think I'm going to put it right in the box this time. I always set these brooks thinking that there's a chance I'll catch a mink. And I never do. Never seem to catch mink in these boxes. I caught one last year that you guys probably seen, a lot of you. And it was as far away from a brook as I trap. So I can't explain that to you. But anyway. Last year I had one of those big 160, 220 boxes here, and I wasn't too confident in it. So that may have played a role in me not catching anything. I don't know. Okay, trap this set. Decent. Get the brush out of the way there. Oh, I almost forgot the lure. A little bit of Predator Plus. Ooh, that's a good lure. On top of the muskrat. Flagged. We'll mark ourselves on the GPS. Oops. I think I chose the wrong color. I was going to say this is really quick. It's quick when you do it right. There we go. Alright, and we're off. So looking at this draw, it's a really nice spot to set a trap. This is where I would likely set a trap if I didn't already know that I just made a set down in that valley on the other road next over down by the brook. So I you always gotta watch, or I like to watch on the map where I'm at and how close I am to other stuff, because a lot of these roads dead end, and then you go to a different road and it comes back and dead ends right next to the road you were just on. So then you can double back and you can be trapping the same animals. So anyway, I'm gonna skip this spot and keep on going until I get into hopefully some new territory. Well, that wasn't there last year. Brand new road and a brand new clear cut up here. These are some old clear cuts, plantations. This is new. Look at the view. Holy smokes. I guess I'll have to go down that road and see if there's any marten trapping to be done there, to be had. Well, this kind of pisses me off. Frustrating. This was a beautiful, mature hardwood ridge here, and I caught a marten here. This was nice country. This was old timber and nice understory. It was beautiful habitat. There's a saddle right there where I caught a marten in that Russ Carmen trap last year. You've probably seen it. It's all been cut. It's all gone. Interestingly though, I just had a fisher cross the road right in front of me. Fisher everywhere. Fisher like the cuts. Marten not so much. So we're gonna set a box, I guess, and maybe we'll catch that fisher, but probably he won't fit in the box or won't want to go in the box, but we can try. So yeah, let's take a look at this stuff. The fisher just crossed right in that low spot. You see big wood and good marten habitat, it's going to be cut sooner or later. Just a matter of time. I was hoping I'd get a few years out of this. No sir. This forests up here are going faster than a lot of you guys realize. This actually, was this where I had the trap? This might have been it right here. I think it is. Yep, it is, because that old dead yellow birch tree, that's been knocked down since. I remember that tree because I had my trap right at the base of it. I was worried that one of those limbs was going to fall on me one of these days. Yeah. This is where the fisher went. That is... God, this was a nice forest. I mean, it's still pretty nice, but it's no longer going to be good for marten for quite a few years. Yeah, right in here is where I had that trap. The terrain wise, it's a good funnel. That's why I liked it. It was a funnel. I liked it for marten because it was a funnel and it had cover. Now it doesn't have cover, but it's still a funnel, and obviously the fisher just proved it to us. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go get a trap and set it here, I guess. What else are you gonna do, right? You gonna cry about it? Want me to cry about it? You want me to keep saying I'm moving to Alaska? Well, guess what? I can't afford to do that right now. And I like where I live, so I'm just gonna keep trapping. I like to trap. And today we're gonna find a few new spots that haven't been cut yet, and that'll be my goal. And in the meantime, we'll try to catch this fisher. I'm not gonna try on this side of the road though. Look at that. You talk about lack of cover. Holy smokes. Whew. Wow. But yeah, there's still a little bit of wood in that saddle. We'll set the fisher trap there. The thing with these fishers, at least in my little bit of experience trapping for them here, and I think it's similar other places, when they'll hang out in this open stuff and they're not worried about birds, predation and stuff, But when you get deep snow, they're gone, because they don't do very well getting around in deep snow, and they're not in this open country when you get a couple feet of snow. They need to go down in those cedar swamps or in the thick wood where they can move around better, because they don't float on top of the snow as well as a marten does. So, but for now, we know Fisher's here, so we'll take a shot at him. I'm gonna step out here and scout a little bit, just taking a quick look at this little site to maybe set a trap. I just passed the place where I set a trap last year, and the macro habitat is awesome. Like looking at the way the landscape is, and where the different forest types are and everything. It was a great spot to set a trap, like looking at a broad scale, but then when I actually looked at the site, it's terrible. And I put a trap there anyway last year, nothing touched it. Yeah, I guess what I'm doing here is I may just go to the end of the road and go to my other site, which is awesome, set a trap there, and just skip by this area. But I'm going to take a quick peek, because this might be a little better micro habitat area to set. We got a brook down on the bottom of the valley here, and this is like an old, I think it's part of an old tote road. We're pushed into the side of the hill with bulldozer back in probably in the 50s. And up top here we have there's a very heavily harvested area here. It was like clear cut, and then they let it grow back to mixed wood. And there's a finger of timber you can't see up there that kind of reaches and comes down toward the road, close to the road. And then we got all this timber on the stream valley. This might be a spot to try. I like little high spots like this. Maybe I'll set the trap right there. It's anything, you know, if you got an animal traveling along the road up there, they'll probably catch wind of this. Or if they're traveling, they could be traveling down by the brook and possibly moving along this. Not the easiest travel area, but it's, you know, it's a spot they may be working along the edge over here too. So yeah, why not? Let's give it a shot. We'll pop in a set right here and see what we do. You never know. You don't learn unless you try things out like this. So we'll give it a go. All right, I am relieved to see that this spot was not cut since I was here last year. This is a really nice spot. Beautiful little patch of woods right at the end of this road. So yeah, it's gonna be good. I caught a marten here last year. Hopefully get one here again this year. And I don't want to sound like I'm being too hard on the landowner. I mean, it's their land. They can do what they want with it. And I'm grateful to be able to trap here and on an annual basis. So, you know, it sounds like I'm real critical, which I probably am. That's my opinion as a trapper. So it's just the way it goes. But yeah, I'm trying not to be too negative. I just hope that's not coming across as too negative in the videos. Just showing you a little bit of reality. So anyway, I'll go make this set. The thing I like about this spot is you've got the road and some cuts on one side behind me, and then ahead of me you've got a little old beaver flowage, and this is a piece of high ground in between the two. And it's well timbered. And oh, check it out. I forgot to pull my box out of here. I pulled my traps and I came back to get the boxes. I must have left a note. Usually I have something in my notes if I run out of space in the back of the pickup truck. I will I will note that I left a box there, and I guess I left it here, and I forgot to check my notes. So anyway, that's fine. No trap or anything. No trap or bait. I pulled those out. Looks like Bear tipped that over a little bit. But yeah, that's the box I caught Marten in last year. And yeah, this high point of land is just a beautiful little spot for fur. God, I can't think of a better spot to set a trap. So anyway, I'll set this 120 box here, and I'll bring my 160 box back out and set it somewhere else. I like to leave that camera on right there with the trap and see what touches it, what comes to it. Be kind of cool, wouldn't it? Alright, we've got some beaver meat in here, and I'm using fall fur call. That's a new lure of mine. It's a nice call lure that is mild when you don't want to overuse skunk. You don't need skunk essence at a set. Mix of musks and essential oils. Very attractive. Don't need to flag this. Pretty easy to find, but I will mark it on GPS on the Onyx maps. Good. Let's go. I'm on this dead end road, and I set here last year. This was actually the last few sets that I made in this area last year. And when I picked everything up at the end of the season, I ran out of space in the truck, so I left a few boxes in the woods, intending to come back and trap here this next season. Of course, to my luck, they came in here and harvested timber at this site. So I get 2 boxes here. I'm not going to set traps here anymore because it's not suitable Marten habitat any longer. But I want to see if there's a chance I can recover my boxes. See if we can find them anywhere here in the remnants of the cut. So I got it marked on Onyx on my phone. So I'm just gonna go in here, and it's not looking too promising at this spot. It's been opened up quite a bit, so I'm gonna zoom right in on X. Okay, and I don't recognize this very much. It is, as you might expect, completely different. So I don't know exactly where my box, without having the GPS waypoint, I wouldn't have been able to tell you. It looks like it was right in here. Let me push this bank up. Oh wow, this is obliterated. I don't think I'm gonna find it. I'm, according to Onyx, I'm pretty well on top of where it would have been. So, but they pushed a bunch of dirt here. See, they pushed a bunch of kind of cleared and opened this area up. They may have covered that box up. Oh, there it is. There it is. No, they did not destroy it. Awesome. Wow. Hey, minor victory today. Okay, so I remember this massive birch tree. Look at that sucker. How old do you think that tree is? Holy smokes. It looks like it's not super old. It's actually been growing pretty fast based on the rings that I can see on it. Massive yellow birch. There was a lot of cover there. And I think there was a couple of little trees. Well, obviously there were. And I had it kind of at the base of that under the cover of this birch. But you can see there's a major skid trail coming right through here. And somehow, by some miracle, my box was saved. I wonder if they even saw it. I wonder if they even noticed it. That's pretty crazy. Look at that. Not even touched. All the trees around have been cut, but look at this. They hauled wood up this skid trail and they turned, and it made some pretty nasty ruts right there. They turned and ran it to the landing right up there by where my truck is. And so some stroke of luck, they didn't go right up over the top of my box. So I don't know, what's that, 20, 25 bucks? Depends on what your time is worth and where you can get materials to make a box. But it's all right. I'll take it, man. So that's one we recovered. Now we have two more. Well, one more in this cut. The other one is actually not in an area that's been cut, but it's on this road that there's a big blowdown and I couldn't get to it, but I got a spot where I can get close to that, where that road is from another road. I'm gonna try to hike through the woods and grab that box too. I think I get enough time to do that. So yeah, put this box back in the truck. That's another trap that I'll be able to set coming up here in the next week or so. So good. Let's go see if we can find the last one. You know, like I said, there's really no sense in setting this anymore, just because how much habitat's changed so much. The marten that were here, no doubt have moved off to other areas, and actually probably moved to other areas where I have traps already set. So let's see, it was at the end of this road. There's a turnaround on the left, and right past the turnaround I had a trap set up in a tree. It was a kind of a leaning tree. I had my box set up there, and it was a pretty sweet looking spot, really. I mean, I never caught anything in it, but this was the last area that I set up, and so it really didn't have a lot of soak time. These traps were not working for all that long. I can't remember exactly how long, but they, you know, I probably didn't give them enough opportunity to be able to tell whether they were gonna successfully catch marten or not, or fisher. Okay, so again, not looking very promising because it was cut pretty heavy. Some major trails here, and I don't have any landmarks to go by, so I'm gonna go by my GPS waypoint because there's just not recognizable. I can't recognize any of the trees because they're all down for the most part. Let's see, I think, based on what I remember, I think it was right somewhere right in here, I want to say. And Onyx Maps is telling me I'm probably pretty close with my guess. Okay, let's see. Box anywhere, box anywhere. Was it in here? I feel like it was in here. Maybe it was over next trail over. I'm so close now that the GPS is not gonna help me get much closer. I don't think it was right here based on the waypoint. I don't know if you can see that very well, but yeah, the waypoint shows. Well, I'm just gonna look around here. I'm close. I know I'm close. I get a feeling that based on how heavily hit this is, the box was probably obliterated by a machine. Ooh, guys, quite a mess in here. Okay, Onyx says I'm getting hotter, getting hotter. Oh, another win, another win. Look at that. Awesome. I walked right past it. It just looked so different. This was all, you know, pretty well brushed in, and this was all big trees. And this was on, this box was on a tree somewhere here that got knocked down. But boy, that's good luck. 2 for 2. Well, maybe not 2 for 2 because I could get it out first. A couple of tree got pushed down on it a little bit. You got it. Look at that, no damage. No damage. I'm glad they didn't clear cut here because I've had boxes in clear cuts that they're just completely demolished. But there we go. There's another box I can set up. Sweet. Hey. That's pretty good. All right. I'm gonna go see if I can walk in the woods and find that last box, and then I'm done. This is my last set on this road system. And I think I have like 15 or 20 more traps that I got to decide where I'm going to go, what direction I'm going to go now. I have another area that I had set up that I trapped last year, the last 2 years in a row actually. I did really well at. I was going to maybe go that direction, but I also have another spot that I don't think is going to be quite as good, but it just kind of interests me because I think there's less chance of someone else trapping there, and it's just new country that I haven't seen before, so I might want to go explore that a little bit. But I'll go find that other box if I can, and then kind of decide. That's a cool thing about doing this stuff, you know. You're pretty much free to make decision on what you want to do, where you want to go. You just pack up and go home right now. I'm not gonna do that, but I'll figure out. I'll be trapping somewhere here right till I run out of traps or it gets dark. Okay. It is kind of a bummer to see it get cut where I was trapping, but to be honest with you, this really isn't that bad because in probably 10 years, this is going to be back to being pretty good marten habitat. So we've still got a lot of woody debris on the ground, not as much that was probably going to fall that's now gone to a mill somewhere, but you still got complexity in the forest floor, and you got a lot of trees left standing there. So those trails and those openings are going to close in pretty good. The thing I don't like for marten is those clear cuts, because that's never going to be good marten habitat again. Definitely for the rest of my life, probably the rest of my kids' life. But this is as a trapper, I think this is pretty good. Pretty cool spot in here. This is a brand new road to me. I have never been on this road before, believe it or not, but there's just so many roads out here. I don't know a person that's been on all of them, but here it is where I came in from. And the reason I had never, this is right next to, I trap both sides of this area. but this is heavily cut about 15-20 years ago, and they're looking at the aerial photos, there's just not much marten habitat. But I was at the end of my other string of traps, and I got onto the major road, and I said, yeah, I want to try to take this road, just for the heck of it, because I was looking at two areas. One was an area it's a different landowner than I've been on, and it's not cut nearly as heavily, although it was cut pretty heavy like probably 40-50 years ago. There's more cover there, but it's lower elevation. And this, there's not as much cover, and there's a lot of clear cuts and monoculture, not much habitat diversity, but it's high elevation. I kind of wanted to test, because marten in this area, they do better in high elevation because of the snow depth, especially in the presence of fissure. So I kind of wanted to, just out of curiosity, come into this road, maybe set some traps and see if indeed the marten were able to be, we still had maybe decent numbers of marten because of the high elevation, or maybe the draws and the places where there's a little wood left are just dominated by fissure. I really don't know. But anyway, I came into here, and this is a super long draw. So you could see it's well, I don't know what you call it. It's a low spot, a draw, whatever. But it's wide. The length of road that goes through this low spot is pretty substantial. And there's a bit of a dip there. This is the most of it. Then you climb a little bit, and you've got another dip there, and then another one part way up between the highest point on the road there. But there's basically like two funnels coming down, and this is the bigger one. So I was trying to decide where to set traps, where to set a trap, and I skipped that. I figured this would be a little more likely to have animals travel through it. And there's some really nice timber in here, so, and the forest floor is kind of open, so I come in and I brought my box in. I saw something pretty cool that I thought I'd turn the camera on and show you guys. So looking underneath here, I like it. I like this. Even though, like, for the couple thousand acres around here is hammered and just really not good marten habitat, there are some good patches, and this is one of them. And I was looking around here trying to decide where to put my set, and I thought this would be a pretty nice log to set my box on. And I went and set my box down, and I looked on the log, and I saw what appears to be marten droppings. Couple of marten droppings there. I'm quite certain that's what that is. It's a couple of dried up marten droppings. So how awesome is that? We know we're on sign. So I'm gonna set my box up here, and let's see. I'm gonna set you guys here. Yeah, it's getting. The sun has gone away. It's getting kind of cloudy. Getting toward later on in the day. So I've got half a muskrat cut up and put in there for bait. I got this old trap I bought that was one of Russ Carmen's traps. Just had a replacement trigger on it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bend this trigger, put the old Butch Borman bend on it. It's almost like a connie pan. I'll show you what it looks like. I've been doing this, Butch showed this to me, and I've been doing it in places traps where I don't have connie pans. I'd actually like it a little bit higher, a little higher. I guess I'm gonna be picky. I'll fix it for this demonstration. I'll bend these back just a bit. Okay. Perfect. Okay, so we've got the triggers bent in towards the bait, and it looks like a nice opening. They step on those wires or hit them as they're going through. Triggers the trap. So put that upside down in here. Set it in there. Good, you got some Predator Plus. Still kind of early in the season. This is pretty skunky, fairly skunky. So I'm just gonna put it in the box, but I'm just gonna use a little tiny bit of it. And then I'm gonna take those Marten droppings. I'm gonna stick one of them right inside the box. Make it like another Marten's been there, because another Marten has been here. Wire that. A little bit of flagging in case we get snow. Mark this on my OnX app. Okay, and we're off. Hey, getting toward the end of the day. It's about 3:45, so it's gonna be dark pretty soon. I'm on a road that I have never been on before, another new one. This is actually a township, a whole area that I haven't trapped before. I've been on the edges of it. I've just never gone this far. So I think I'm gonna do it this year. Well, I'm starting right now. And if it looks promising further down, I'm gonna keep going, because the aerial imagery looks fairly good. We'll just have to see where we can get to with what the road systems look like. So I made a couple sets here, and getting to the end of the road here shortly. I've caught a lot of fur at the end of roads, so I usually like to make a set at the end of the road wherever I happen to be. Actually, that'd be a good spot for a set too, but we're getting close here. Seems like the end of the road, you're able to reach out into areas without any habitat fragmentation or anything. It's kind of the edges of areas that haven't been gotten into in a long time. So I've done quite well. I think a lot of trappers don't like dead end roads. I don't like them either, but more trappers like to make loops on the major roads and go big long loops and not have to turn around all the time. I actually like going all these dead end roads and turning around, because it means I'm less likely to run into other trappers. But to each their own. And then I get on the edges here and all the ends, I get to suck in Marten from unroaded areas. So let's see what the end of this road looks like. I like it. Okay, let's see. I think I already know where I want to set my trap. Get the truck turned around. I think I have 2 traps left. I have some boxes, but I don't have traps for them. Actual baited traps in boxes. I have 2 fish in this box and Predator Plus. Let's see if we get a suitable spot to set at the end of the road. This is pretty high elevation, nice valley. I like the elevation aspect of it, and I like the fact that it's good mixed wood. There's more hardwood in here. It's old, a lot of older wood. This looks like there's a trail in the end of the road, so probably somebody has a bear bait here, which can be pretty good. Means Marten Fisher may have been coming in here all fall. There is paint. It probably I don't know if that is. I don't know if that's the town line or what that is, but we're paint on the tree there. Yeah, it's got to be. There's more here. So yeah, we are right at the end of the ownership of this particular owner that built the road back there. That's why the road stopped where it did. And the other landowner has not brought road in from the other side. I do not see any sign of a bear bait or anything. But, oh my God, look at this spot. This is just absolutely sweet. So, and the only thing I don't like about it is not really a great place to conceal my set. But hopefully not too many people will come in here, and the ones that do hopefully are honest. But yeah, we get a nice mixed wood hardwood ridge coming down here. We've got some big spruces right here, and then we have spruce and fir mixed down in the swampland, and getting in further down you got a bunch of cedar in there. Just a beautiful mix of habitat, and we have a nice travel. We get a trail where I am, and then a nice sort of funnel to going down in this little area. So I'm pretty psyched about it. I'm gonna set this up, guys. I'm gonna sign off for the day because I've got to get this done before dark and get back home. Kid's birthday today, so hopefully get home and they don't have to wait too long to open presents. And I'm gonna catch you guys on next time around. Hopefully we'll be checking traps, and either checking traps, maybe we'll set another line out somewhere in a couple of days. But looking forward to it. It's going to be a good season.